particularly good for North American Rejects, and of course Boreal taking that to their fullest advantage. And we're here into game number 4. Again, potentially the last game, as NAR do have that 2-1 advantage. However, the way Boreal played in the last game, we might see them be able to come out on top here, take this to game number 5. We'll see what those chances are as we get through the game. I'm not alone today. My name is Mont. I'll be joined by Trouf as always. How are you doing, man?
I am doing well, and I'm excited to see what both teams draft this time. It really seems like Game 2 and Game 3 came down to the draft, especially Game 3. It was a really, not only was it a really sick draft from Boreal, it was also a really questionable one from NAR. And then they go back with the Spirit Breaker this time, which I think did wonders for them in Game 2. So I'm happy to see that up. You also have Rubik Lion as their support duo, which I think is fine. Boreal picked up Earthshaker, and we haven't seen PQ play it, but this is honestly his best hero, Leon Black.
Yes, yep.
He's a very, very good Earthshaker, so I'm happy to see that. They have Storm again for Kikoni. They have Clockwork on Dire, which is really good for cog blocking. Magnus picked up for Nard. That leads me to believe they want a melee carry as their last, or at least someone that benefits well from the Empower. So I mean, it could be a plethora of different things. So we'll see what they go for last. Boreal have one more pick before the last pick. They go with the core first, so they have a support being saved for last.
That is an interesting pick, I think. And if your back's against the wall, you want to go for something. Phantom Lancer, you could do worse than that hero. It certainly is interesting. Magnus, though, has been picked up by NAR, which means that they will have some cleave to deal with the Phantom Lancer. But the thing is, what do they go here for their carry for NAR? Do they go for a melee carry? Do they pick up something like a Juggernaut? That's always a good option. Troll used to be really good with Magnus, but, well, there's the Juggernaut ban, so that's not happening.
Jug, Slarg, hell, even Troll. Troll's actually not bad because it's good against the Phantom Lancer's illusions because of the whirling axes and whatnot. It's actually even good against Storm because if you get the whirling axes when Storm sips on you, he can't hit you. But there is a hero that really benefits as well from the Empower. It's an Anti-Mage. So.
That is Ush's hero as well. That's one of his go-to.
Yeah, they got Anti-Mage for hard carry for late game. They have some really good heroes in mid to late. Like if you got a fast, if you're able to get complete free from an Anti-Mage, he transitions to the jungle and then Lion takes over and gets a fast blink, I think they're in a very good position with Magnus Empower and Spirit Breaker to keep the space open for Anti-Mage. So I think this is a very well-balanced draft from NAR, much better than their last draft. Yes. I'm not a fan of their last draft, but this is much better. Boreal, they won the Phantom Lancer in 4th position, so this is going to be their support last. They actually banned out the Skywrath Mage for themselves. Which would have been really good in this situation. Yeah, would have been really good with the Earthshaker pairing. The Witch Doctor gets banned out, so they ban out the potential good support heroes to be paired with Earthshaker.
I wouldn't mind like Bane in this position, honestly. Bane?
Yeah,
okay.
I think right now it's important to make sure that you get a hero that can box out Spirit Breaker nicely. Because Earthshaker is okay, but he needs... The problem with Earthshaker is he needs a pretty good duo to keep himself effective. Because right now they have double melee, obviously they want to range.
Venge is available, but...
Venge is not bad, actually.
Yeah.
There's also Crystal Maiden. There's... who I think is actually really good because it gives you a lot of damage in support hero. She's very slow, but her damage is very, very high.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I can't think of off the top of my head, because usually it's Jeppin's playing the farmer. And if they wanted to go to the farmer route, Witch Doctor would have been a good hero. But that's banned out, so... They got 33 seconds left.
They're really going all in, and they need to. I mean, this is, again, the theoretical last game, as we talked about in the previous game. But Boreal have to pull out all the stops if they want to keep themselves in this series. It's great that they got that last victory, but... Disruptor, okay. Glimpse against Spirit Breaker, very strong. Static Storm against Anti-Mage, good ability. I think this is a solid choice coming out from Boreal eSports.
Yeah, it's nice. The damage isn't quite that high from Disruptor ES, though. That's the one thing I fear. The control is there for sure. Like the stun, fissures, blocking, glimpse, kinetic field. The control is really, really high, but the damage is not so high. So if they're able to get a couple kills onto Spirit Breaker, then it won't matter. But if he's like eking out of the engagement with a little bit, like 100 HP or something, and he's able to still run away and come back to the lane, then I would be a little bit scared for Boreal. Because I think the late game is... it's hard, because Boreal has a Storm, too, so... I mean, anti-mage with Empower is sickeningly scary. It's really, really scary.
Yeah.
So you like, a lot of people say anti-mage is very, very good carry. He's super strong in late game, but in the super, super late game, he's not that great. But he actually is, because maybe he doesn't do as much damage as certain heroes with the same amount of farm, like PL, or maybe even the Spectre could be argued, or PA. But his overall effectiveness in the game as far as split pushing is really second to none, especially with the power on top of it.
You know what you didn't just say there, which makes me really happy?
What's that? Oh, the ultra late game?
Yeah, I'm getting you into it. Exactly. That's even better than ultra, honestly. Ultra late game.
What is it with that word that you hate so much?
I don't know, man. It just bothers me. I have something against ultra.
Ultra, mega, super late game.
Exactly.
Alright, he beat you to it,
Cart.
Yeah, sorry.
Get him in that. Yes. Stupendous. Better luck next time, Cart. It's harder to type things than talk about them. At least in terms of speed. Korok will get the early bounty rune. Trying to go for that early bottle as well. Top lane MSS off lane Spirit Breaker against the Tri lane. That is pretty difficult to deal with. Although there's not much burst damage here. Although Spirit Lance does do some work. And of course the Fisher as well. So I guess MSS will have to be careful. The same could be said for Jeppins. But he already is depositing some of the creep wave into the tree line.
No one's blocking the range creep. Oh, there needed to be a support there to catch it. PQ's trying to do it right now, but it's too late. So now it's going to push. So they're going to have to pull right away. No. Which is a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
The problem here is that you want to be aggressive on this lane right away. You don't want to spend your time pulling in the first wave if you don't have to. But they have to, because they missed the range creep catch right there. So.
Yeah.
Not all is lost, but it's not the start you want in a safe lane.
No, definitely not. I wanna go to the mid lane real quick. I do like the idea of that. It feels like there's weight behind Magnus's thing now. It feels like it's not easier to CS with. It's just the illusion that it is. Maybe I'm crazy. You know what I mean? You honestly have no idea what I'm talking about.
No. You mean the shockwave, right?
No, I mean like the actual last hitting like animation. Like he's got a different item now. It feels heftier than it.
No, I agree. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it seems I think it looks really cool. I've never played with it actually, so I don't know. But
you can also see the width of the shockwave, by the way, now, which is really important. I think for some people, anyway. Yeah, I mean, like you can see because it goes outward as the shockwave progresses. So it's just something interesting to note. But he's actually doing really well. 8 last hits to the 7 of Kikoni. Like Korok's done a nice job so far in this lane, and it's going to lead into level 2 shockwave. Level 2 shockwave is where it gets a lot easier to last hit with. Level 1 shockwave is pretty miserable. I'm going to be honest with you. But level 2 is pretty great.
Yeah, it's just a really good overall nuke. He's actually going to go for the top rune, so that means he's going to be a little bit behind in CS. And he went for the top rune too when the lane was already pushing, so he's missed quite a few. So he had a really good first couple waves, but it's going to get a little bit easier here for Kikoni. So he's up to 13-1, Korok's at 9-1, so I think about expected as the mid lane should go. Bottom lane, how we doing? Jeppins?
He's been depositing the creep wave.
Oh, he's going to get level 3 here, so that's good.
Yeah, this has been a pretty good lane so far for Jeppins, honestly. Going a lot better than perhaps should. And also, he's denying a couple of critical CS to Ush, like, because they've been deposited, because they've been too close to the tower. MSS top lane, they have Fisher. Do they have Glimpse? Absolutely. MSS he's got to charge away, but the Glimpse comes back, and he's dead. That was a really perfect time for Pizza Dad. That is first blood coming out. Just well played. I mean, that's exactly how that gank should go, and Boreal get it done.
Yeah, really, like, some situations people might want to level up the tag field, but obviously doesn't do anything from the charge away, so really nicely done. Also, nice setup there from PQ playing or Leon Black playing the Earthshaker.
For now, they get the top lane kill. Storm Spirit's farming freely mid, as well as Korok doing a pretty nice job himself with 13 last hits. This is not a lane that you should necessarily win as a Magnus, but you should still do okay enough to get CS, and he's doing just that. He's even harassing Kikoni a lot. So he's getting plenty of farm. He's not getting shut down. Bottom lane, Ush is missing some CS because of, it being under tower, but he has now eclipsed the Phantom Lancer. So this is maybe where it gets a bit easier. He even goes for the Ring of Health just because he's taking too much harass under the tower. The enemy tower, I should say. And I don't know where we go from here. I just feel like MSS is going to have such a rough time in this offlane. Like, the Clockwork is having a way better time in comparison. So.
Yeah, he's level 4. What's he up now? He's actually hexed right now.
Don't have another blank, unfortunately.
He's also got a lot of regen, so he can clarity and HP potion up.
And he's waiting to salve. don't know if he
Oh,
wants to.
he actually gets that
Bottle.
canceled.
Oh, the clarity rip. But he's got a
Oh,
bottle.
they're gonna kill Chad. Chad's dead.
Chad! I'll see you later, buddy. Oh, nice Earth Spike. He should be dead.
Nope.
Spirit Breaker gets a kill top lane, by the way, on Pizza Dad, which I missed completely because I'm watching Chad get run down. He's just so slow. He salves up! Gets canceled! Juke City! He's gonna try to deny himself! Oh, the range creep killed him, man. The range creep killed him.
How did MSS get a kill? That's unforgivable right there.
Yeah, that's
There's no reason he should be getting any kills like that in the off lane. None whatsoever.
Rush down bottom up to 25 last hits. 26 now, tied with the Phantom Lancer for the top lane, who has more denies.
Denied.
I can't believe he
Did
get
Rubik go top? Did I miss something? Did
I
Rubik
don't
go top?
think so. I'm pretty sure it was just a solo kill when he was out of position. I think Rubik's been. I think Fog has been stacking for literal years.
No, Rubik doesn't have an assist anyway, so
Yes.
that was a solo kill.
It was a solo kill. That's correct. Ball lining away. Kokoni is sitting at 26 last hits. Korok is doing damn well, man. Like 3 CS within the Storm Spirit. I feel like that's really good. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, Clock is going to be such a nuisance too. He's going to hit level 6 here very, very shortly.
Yeah, that's a problem. Spirit Breaker is nowhere near.
It's not exactly the scariest game against the Clockwork because
Blink,
you have Skewer out, you blink out. I suppose it can be a little bit annoying for Spirit Breaker, but he's not typically the hero you want to be picking against. He hits level 6.
Ooh. Is he dead? Fade Bolt was already used. Kokoni going in. Fog in trouble. It will go down. Tower hits coming out. He's out of mana. He needs the Shockwave. He's out of mana. Both of them are out of mana. Kokoni might be able to ball light into the low ground. Charge was canceled by the Fisher block. Really well played, and that was RP expended. So good try coming out from NARv2, but excellent kill coming out from Kokoni.
Yeah, I don't think he gets that stun off if he didn't have the uphill ward because it's nighttime, and I don't know if he would have seen him in time.
I don't know which direction he was shaking. I didn't see.
It was coming up like this.
Oh, he wouldn't.
So he might have seen him in time, but it's hard to say for sure. And they're putting action now onto bottom lane, perhaps. No, there's a haste rune onto Kokoni, which did get nerfed, by the way, so it's not going to be lasting as long. Poor S4.
I should know that something's happening right now. Jevons is playing very aggressively. Chad TP's in smartly. That was really... They telegraphed that gank from like 5 miles away, it felt like. And so Kokoni has to actually leave. Won't get anything done down bottom. But as long as they can try to continue to keep pressure on Ush before he gets his Battle Fury and he gets super farmed, then maybe he's fine. The question really is, though, like, when it comes down to it, KVH and Anti-Mage, it feels like AM will be up faster than a PL will. So therefore, the mid game is going to go to NARv2. But, I don't know, man. Also, I do want to point out that they pinged this ward out. They saw it completely. This ward is going to get dewarded.
Yep.
Probably.
Should be dewarded. We saw in the... I think it was the first game where... Maybe it was the second, where they saw an uphill ward. They were very, very fast in dewarding it, so... I imagine Boreal will be the same this game. Mana Boots now onto... I thought he was going to rush a Blink because he was so damn close to it, but he's actually got a stack right here.
He has a huge stack. He can get away with Mana Boots first. And he actually needs Mana Boots to be able to farm the stack, probably. Otherwise, he's...
It's going to be a rushed flats here for KVH, so not something I've seen typically, but... I think the approach to this game is... I think you want to fight early, honestly, if you're Boreal. Which seems kind of crazy considering they have a Storm Spirit, and it's good to get your core items, but I think if you are able to shut down the farm of Anti-Mage before he gets his Battle Fury, you always want to take that option, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see if he gets a core item, maybe he gets his Vlads, then Treads, and like...
Maybe a Diffusal after that? Do you think he goes Diffusal after he gets his Treads? Or does he go like Yasha?
Oh, for sure. Okay. I mean, he might go Boots to travel after Vlad's, but
yeah,
whatever item Treads or Boots to travel, he definitely should get Diffusal.
This is going to be a lot of damage coming out. I like the idea of a fighting PL, but it just doesn't seem to work out in a lot of the instances. This game, however, might. MSS is going to head back top. He's going to take a Spirit Lance for his troubles as he will back away from the tower. Try to reach level 6 and get his Nether Strike. When, by the way, no points in Empowering Haste, 3 points in the Gritter Bash, 2 points to Charge of Darkness. I am not a Spirit Breaker enthusiast. I am not a Grand Grant, but is this the correct build or what?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like I see a lot of people debate about Spirit Breaker builds, but match top actually.
It's Dad's gonna get caught out. There is no Nether Strike. Chad comes in, jumps out onto I think it was on Chad. KVH is actually gonna get away with a doppelganger, and what turns into like a 3 versus 2 is now going to turn in like 2 for nil in terms of trades. Fogg is getting jumped on Kokoni, just ball lettings back and forth. Zigzagging all across the way, and that was actually super impressive to watch. He literally jumped across 5 different spaces and was able to survive and keep his regen, as you mentioned.
He keeps his regen, TP's mid, he has a full mana pool now. Really nice stuff from Kokoni.
Yeah, Storm can be an annoying hero, you know? It's just, that's how it goes, I guess. Especially as a support. Chad is just not happy. He's not feeling it right now. And of course...
Not feeling himself?
No, he's not feeling himself. No, not this game. Bleak is one for feeling himself, but not this one.
I'm really curious as to whether KVH goes for the treads or the boots of travel. I think it should be treads, honestly. Yeah, I like this a lot more. If you're going for the Vlads, why not, you know, supplement that early fighting kind of item with more of an early fighting kind of item, you know?
Yeah.
If you're going to go the boots of travel rat route, you should go for something more greedy, but Vlads is not greedy at all.
No.
So
I like the choice coming out from Boreal. And it's because AM won't be coming to these fights yet. Like, the thing is, like, KVH can actually maybe fight earlier than the anti-mage can, which is surprising. You think of a fancy bunch, you think of somebody that takes forever to farm up. And unless Ush were to not go for a Battle Fury, which, I'll hold that thought, Jeppins is gonna find Fog. Fog is 100% dead.
Fog not having a good game at all.
No.
He hasn't been a part of a single kill. There is only one, but...
Korok has a blink. He does blink away. He has to show it. Earthspike does connect onto Jeppins. He can skewer back into the tower. Hookshot goes through. Charge in. Nice push with the cogs. They'll get the kill. Kokoni does get hex up. Charge coming in. They need this kill desperately. Will they get it? Fisher comes out. Kokoni survives. Korok has blink. He's RP as well. They're not going to go in. Kokoni's able to TP away. Shockwave coming out. Jeppins is still in the tree line. Korok is very low. Charge. Jeppins. They could go for an RP here. I'm not going to. Static Storm. Ball can't steal it. He's not even 6 yet. MSS getting caught out. This fight not looking great. PQ in trouble. Korok Skewer, will he get the kill? Absolutely, but he's running low on mana. He does have RP to work with. Will he get out is the question. I don't know what's happening. We're rotating all over the goddamn place. KVH is going to kill Chad within seconds. Earthspike's going to go. Hex up onto Jeppins. Chad so low. And there's the Spirit Lance to finish it off. RP on it too. Glimpse back though. It does nothing. He has to TP away now, and he might not even make it. He will. Ush is getting free farm though.
Yeah, Ush actually TP'd in the middle of that, but he got glimpsed away. Now TP coming in from PQ. Can he get this deny is the question. No, he can't.
Is he going to die for this?
A little bit of trouble. It's only a level 1 mana break, but a lot of extra auto attack damage. PQ, he gets the stun. Ush blinked forward. He does have a blink off cooldown now.
Oh no! That might have killed him.
Here. I think he's dead. Lance coming up.
Yeah, he's dead. Ush is going to fall to Spirit Lance. He's dead for 35. He got greedy. Wanted that kill. The TP came in. I don't know if he saw the TP as he was blinking forward, but that killed him. Oh no, PQ. PQ!
Oh no.
No, he needed to right click him. That's all he needed to do. MSS.
Oh god.
Throw central. NARv2. Oh my lord. That's an unforced error. That's what it would be called in baseball.
The thing about mana break at level, or not mana break, but mana void from anti-H is it's pretty ass until you get more levels onto it. It doesn't do much damage at all. So even though they're low mana, doesn't matter. It actually doesn't do much damage. So got really, really greedy there. Nice job by PQ by keeping the stuns up and ready. And then, oh god, that was massive there.
To be honest, man, there's been some throwy shit from NARv2.
So Ush's Battle Fury is going to be delayed heavily. Also, like I said, in the middle of that fight before, he actually TP'd mid to try to help, but he got glimpsed away. Corky actually gets... That was a weird initiation.
The Static Storm just right casually.
Oh, Ush is dead again.
Oh no. Ush is having a rough time. He did not buy his Claymore, which if he had bought that Claymore, fine. You know, maybe he's okay, but suddenly, like, they're shutting him down. He can't find farm. Korok can't find RPs. KVH is getting farm. He's got a tier 1 tower bottom. He's got a full Vlad's treads, and he's going to have a Yasha, or, well... Yeah, it should be Yasha. Yeah, he's going Yasha.
Big thing this game is the NARv supports have done nothing this game. They're actually combined 0, 6, and 0. The only kill they've gotten is with Korok and MSS, but, I mean, it's part of 2 kills out of, well, 2 kills in 14 minutes. But the supports have not had an effect in this game whatsoever, which is really, really big. So there goes out the idea of having an early blink on a Lion or an early blink on Rubik. Right now, you're even concerned with just getting your core farm onto your 1 position, who's died twice already.
2 kills, man. That's it. 2 to 12. This game has gotten out of hand quickly. And it shows in the net worth graph. I'm surprised it's actually this much. It is a 7,500 lead for Boreal right now. I think a lot of that has to do with the Storm Spirit, which we haven't really talked about. But Kikoni is owning. He's a full Orchid right now. 14 minutes into the game. That is an Orchid rush, man. That is an Orchid rush.
Yeah, this is not your 27-minute Orchid that we saw last time. Oh god, Ush takes the damage.
Good bait.
Nice
good
RP
bait.
from Korok.
Can they get this kill? Double Earth Spike. They have to try to find this. Mana Boy doesn't do nearly enough damage. KVH does Doppelganger away, but will he make it out? Shockwave will get the kill. Finally, they get something going, and they even steal Spirit Lance. Ush needed to survive there. Great bait coming out from NARv2. That's huge.
Korok in the right place at the right time.
Oh,
Here comes the
no.
zip in from Kikoni. He actually gets the kill on the Ush. Ulti coming out from MSS, but he's not going to find it. He doesn't even... I think he does use the Orchid, actually, but... So I don't even know if that's worth it for NAR anymore, even though it was a 1-for-2 exchange, because you're all riding on the back of fast anti-mage, you know, core items, and he's not getting that. He's going to have, like... I don't know if if he dies again, he's not going to have his Battle Fury up until, like, 18 minutes or something.
Well, that Fisher came out at a pretty opportune time. And now Korok is in a really weird position. Skewer up, bumps out. Static Storm could be there, pushes him with Cogs. Static Storm will not do anything. Charging from MSS. MSS can't cast anything, he's right on the silence. All Kikoni really needs to do is come to a fight here, and he would probably wreck everybody in this situation, because they're all low, they're kind of out of mana. Korok is almost dead, actually, but he will survive unless they flare him.
Yeah, Kikoni was just bottom, though, killing Ush, so his mana pool's not there. He's up to 7-0-0, man. Holy crap. I knew he had kills, but I didn't know it was this many. Korok's doing really well for himself, though. He's kind of the last hope. He's actually way more farm than he should be. Just because he hasn't died, he has got 3 kills, and he's got I think a streak or 2 maybe. But Force, Blink, and Arcane Boots in 16 minutes against a Storm mid, that's pretty damn good for Korok.
Not something you expected to see. Ush got off to a fast start, and then suddenly just... He's got nothing going on. He is luckily able to farm camps because of Empower, which is only level 2, but still pretty good. And then he'll have a Battle Fury, the double cleave coming out, and the damage that he can pump out in a fight once he gets big, if he gets big, it's going to be ridiculous. But they have to just delay as long as possible. The good thing is they haven't lost a tier 1 mid yet, which is a huge entry point to their jungle as well as their side of the map. And Korok walks right near a ward, gets a bounty rune. They can glimpse it back, they're going to orc at him. Korok is going to force away. They can't get him now, he's too far. But he will barely stay alive. Kikoni's out of mana. Oh my lord! That is the kill they needed, and Ush just says, thank you, I'll take the free gold. And they get Pizza Dad as well. That Mana Void, level 2. You called level 1 ass, level 2 not so much, my friend.
I mean, there's a massive throw by Boreal. Why is he doing that? He knew that his mana pool was very, very low. He knows that he has a Force Staff. He just went in way too deep. That was a really big misplay by Kikoni, and I mean, the follow-up from Disruptor was there to try to, like, rectify the problem, but it was already there. Ush, though, he's... Maybe they get a fast... Oh, he was up too far, did not respect the damage, and PQ just walks up and no Echo Slams. Gets a freebie on Ush, so again, it's back and forth where Boreal makes a weird play, but then Ush gets picked off again.
I'm literally fail fishing right now. This is Throw City from both teams. This is some sloppy Dota, my friend. The clown shoes are on. They've been tied up. We're getting ready, man. It's not looking great for either team, really, just in terms of the prognosis. Look at the net worth graph, though. Jump up after they kill that Storm, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Leon almost has his blink after that kill.
So does Chad, too, by the way. But he's not. Chad also almost has his blink as well, but he's not really been buying anything.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I'd rather have a blink on Lion. Actually, he is Lion. So I've seen him play Rubik, what, 2 games in a row now, so...
Yeah, that's his hero, apparently, but not this game. There's the blink for the Earthshaker, which you were already talking about. 1-1 and 6. That Echo Slam really did a number on us. He finally respawns, and he's got Battle Fury. He'll have some help with the Magnus coming his way with Empower, but he needs to stay safe. I guess you have to take some opportunities to farm up, you know, in a dangerous position, but his team needs to do a better job of either scouting or making room for him.
It's scary though, having the combination of one, Storm Spirit having a great game and rushing an Orchid, and two, your anti-mage not having a good game and won't have a fast Manta, because that means any time that Storm happens to be around anti-mage, has vision of him, anti-mage will die. Unless he has Korok constantly sitting behind him, there's no way to get out of the Orchid. They actually smoked up Duel, but it's gonna get
they
popped.
See him. Kekoni's gonna ball lightning, and he Orchids up the Centaur. That's not the. That is not what you're looking for, Kekoni, my friend. Ush will spot him out as well. Ball lightning that Fog stole. He's got a pretty big mana pool. He could use it. That's actually a huge spell when you think about it for a Rubik. It's like a free blink dagger, kind of.
That's really big, considering he went for Arcanes, and he's not going to have a blink for a long time. So that means his initiation problems have been solved.
Yes. Regen rune for Kekoni, again. We saw what he did last time with this. And what about MSS? Not looking great. Clockwork, not much better, though. But he's a Clockwork, so. And he's going to be going Glimmer Cave. He went Arcanes, which is really weird.
Rock it on. Sorry, on Clockwork?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him do this a number of times. I'm wondering if he goes for the mech. Greaves is like so much better now with that really quick nerf they made to the mech in the last like 6.48. I don't know if it's B or C. Oh, hook in the mid.
Echo, Static Storm, Korok dead. There's the finger, but look at Jeffins and PQ so low. They'll get one. Ush can't get the Mana Void for the other. But they do take a Korok. Yeah, I'd agree with you. Manta now done. We have to remember that KVH, we talk so much about Kekoni and Ush, that KVH is still in this game quietly farming away. He's in fact the net worth leader, and I think the CS leader as well. Yeah, so.
Yeah, his farm is really good. I don't know why he went for Manta, though. I think going the fast diffusal with maybe a Yasha would have been better, but action onto MSS, the Orchid is coming out.
Nice
if he gets enough damage onto him, he's dead. Now he's a little bit in trouble. He needs to get on out of there because he did get the kill, and if he has too low mana, that Mana Void's gonna hurt him. Really, really close there.
He does make it away. He'll make it out. Ush is gonna farm top. He has a Yasha coming out currently, but he's still kind of behind. He's still pretty far behind at this point. They have, this might be the time, is the blink on Chad. This might be go time for NARv2, and if there's going to be a point where they can maybe turn this game around, it's going to be right about now, at least until the anti-mage gets more farm. But, this is so tough, man. For Boreal, they're in a fantastic spot. They just have to have more team fights where they have really good Echo Slams, really good Static Storms. RP! That'll be on a Pizza Dad. That's not really what they're looking for, but a kill's a kill. They might not even get it. Telekinesis said they will get it. They still something? No, he still has ball lightning. Alright, so RP expended for support. Pretty long cooldown. Not the best play, but they needed a kill and they got one.
I don't think that's even worth it, though. RP for a lowly... Like, that's like their 5 position support here, too. So that means Kekoni can play a little bit more bold. I mean, there is the blink line, which is really, really scary. But, yeah, I don't think that's necessarily worth it. Not too much sweat off the back of Boreal. They're actually going to smoke now and walk towards the jungle of NAR. We'll see what they can find.
They might find some heroes. They found Ush. Nice telekinesis. Good Fisher. PQ coming in. He doesn't have Echo, though, but the hook shot onto 3. Now they're going to skewer back. Jeffins Mana Void goes. Kekoni gets destroyed by MSS with a bash. PQ looking for something. Now their strike coming in. They're turning it around. Ush is going to jump in. PQ getting low. He's got the Echo in 5. Can he hold on that long? Ush got blink. He's going to blink up towards, rather. Actually, Korok goes down to a Static Storm. Turns into a 2-for-1. Ush will try to TP. He's going to make it. Almost PQ getting there. Not quite. He had Echo Slam, but he doesn't use it. Meanwhile, KVH takes mid.
If he had Echo Slam,
he would kill everybody.
Heroes,
they
were all dead.
Yeah. That was not the case, though. That could have been amazing.
This goes back to, I really feel like if KVH just went Yasha and Diffusal, his illusions would be doing way more damage. Like, I saw his illusions hitting Rubik and then someone else for a long time there, and they just don't do anything. But with Diffusal, it's like, it goes from doing absolutely no damage for your illusions to doing quite a bit. So I'm really surprised he went for the full-out Manta. He's going Diffusal now.
Done, pretty much.
Yeah, he almost has it, but he could have had it much earlier. And it's just not congruent with this, fast fighting build with Vlad, so... It might not make a difference, and he's actually got a ton of CS. He's up to 200, which is really, really high, so... At least his farming patterns have been good.
Feels like they're so close to having a good fight for NAR, but If Boreal could just execute with, like, we saw a 3-man Cog, 3-man Echo Slam potentially was there. Kokoni not dying early on in that fight. This game gets almost impossible for NARv2. They have to have some great counter initiation, and I think a lot of that is on Korok, honestly. Anyway, MSS is going to be trying to go for BKB, I think. And Ush will take the tier 1 tower top lane. They might be able to glyph this and defend it. Mech is going to be the choice for the Clockwork, which is very interesting. I don't think we've ever seen this before. Arcane's Mech, if you have a mana pool for it, why not? Sure. I'm okay with it.
It's also, like I was mentioning before the team fight came out earlier, that Greaves is way better than Mech now.
Right.
I mean, obviously it was better than Mech, but now it's not so much where, like, you can still get the Mech and argue, well, I don't need the Greaves, but the cooldown on Mech, I think, is 65 seconds now, whereas Greaves is like, yeah, it's 45. So it's much more reason, but there's much more reason to actually buy the Greaves over the Mech.
Right, I agree. TP's bottom. Diffusal picked up. There it is. The PL KVH now going to be hitting like a truck with his illusions. They can even head to Roche. I don't think they have a Medallion. I don't know if they can actually... They don't really have a Roche killing team, but they're pretty far ahead now that they wouldn't be in... I think they could take it. Is KVH just going to solo this? I guess so. Alright. I guess KVH is the Roche killing hero on that team.
Well, he has a blast.
Yeah,
so
okay,
he
yeah.
can do it himself.
Yeah, it's true. He's doing a lot of damage to this thing.
The vision from NARv is not exactly that great, although
they seem to know. They have an idea.
There needs to be a remnant out for Kokoni right now. He needs to put a remnant out.
Oh, the doppelganger! That's huge! They're going to try to turn this. Korok in trouble. Earth Spike onto some illusions. MSS comes in. That's an illusion. No Nether Strike that. It's a good thing he did. And he actually got out of the Static Storm.
Korok's
going to get pulled. He's actually silenced up. Ush is going to try to walk through as well. Silence won't bring him down. The Soulburn Pizza Dad in trouble from MSS. The fight is super spread out. I can't even tell what's happening half the time. Yeah, they will get a reef, but that's it. Korok is like looking to counter initiate, but Ush goes all the way. Kokoni goes down. He had no mana. Ush gets the kill, but he's out of mana himself. He's going to try to TP away. He's going to make... No! Jeppin's had vision. He's not going to make it out. He's got another blink, and Chant Totem goes. They bring him down. They have Echo. Ush getting low. Ush is going to fall. Double kill for KVH. That's huge.
Man, if they could have had one more person focus firing. Oh, the Glimpse coming actually back on the chat, but he blinks away. And the Glimpse stole... goes on
what?
the BQ.
What? Like, alright.
That's actually a really good spell to steal. That's nice from Fog. But
that's level 4 too.
If they had anyone else focusing the Magnus and they were able to kill him, and just knowing and have the peace of mind that Magnus will not be able to RP this fight, it could have been way different. But it was only the Storm Spirit, and because the anti-mage was like floating around him, he knew that if he expended all his mana to get the kill onto the Magnus, that he would have died too. So ends up being still a favorable fight for Boreal, especially the fact that they're going to get this Roche.
Yeah, they will get Roche. They will get the Aegis for KVH more than likely. They could give it to the Storm Spirit if they really wanted to. I think they might actually do that.
Oh, they might actually.
Yeah. It's just so good to give it to this hero. One of the best Aegis users, I think.
I think easily the best. Yeah. Maybe before it was Razor, if his ult was still going. But
yeah.
It's amazing on Storm.
Storm, quite the hero. Still the hero after 6.83, and that was one of his best patches, and still doing well in this patch as well. So, 27 minutes into the game. This game's a lot closer than I think the previous games have been. We actually have like a close game for the first time in a long time that I've seen. No particular stomp. NARV2 could theoretically come back into this one with Ush. He's going BKB, I think, which I don't believe is a bad decision. I think that's pretty good considering who he's up against. But he has to kind of rush it. He has to go Manta into BKB, which is not really what you want to do as an AM.
No, but I think it's a necessity.
Yeah.
So I think this is the right decision for him.
Thank you.
I'm a little surprised he hasn't put at least one more point, if not even maxed out the mana break, because of how good it is against Storm Spirit.
Haste.
If he's able to get the Basher after this and not take too many casualties, then I think NARV will be somewhat okay. Because, like, if he jumps in onto a Storm Mantis, bashes him once, Storm's dead. That's the scary thing about Anti-Mage, not to mention the extra damage he gets from Empower, which is putting him up to 250 damage.
We haven't even talked about that. The Empower is really doing so much work right now. I think if you're NAR, you kind of just have to trust an Ush at this point and hope for the best. Like, MSS is not having nearly as big of an impact as we usually see him having this team. The supports, like you mentioned, are having a really rough time, and Korok has hit like maybe 1 or 2 RPs. That's it.
Dude, MSS is level 9. 29 minutes. That is so low. I did not realize that, but
that lane was so hard, though, to be honest.
It was hard, but that's kind of what you expect in a Radiant offlane with a not a good offlane hero. That's what I was saying. Like, unless you have Clockwork, your Radiant offlane is going to always have a hard time.
Regardless, it still is going to have to be MSS doing all the work here. Smoke has been broken. There's a Sentry Ward here, but no Server Ward that I can see for the Radiant team. So Kikoni was going to go in and then decided against it. BKB is very close to completion here for Ush, and he needs to get out of this jungle immediately. And he will do just that. MSS is bottom. They're going to put up a nice aggressive ward here. Stop Ush from farming. Flare goes through. MSS gets flared and then hooked up and can't even charge. He gets Static Storm. That's fine. He buys his Mithril Hammer. I think that's not a terrible kill for an NARv2. They're willing to lose that hero just so that Ush can continue to farm. In fact, it's almost better. Had Ush died there, it would have been a disaster.
Yeah. And now I love the Greaves on Clockwork too. Like, even the active ability, or I guess it's not active, but passive, when you get below, what is it, 20%, it gives you extra 15 HP regen and 15 armor. Oh god, that 15 armor is so huge.
Yeah, that's actually disgusting.
MSS is tied for the 5th lowest level on a Spirit Breaker at 30 minutes at level 10. The lowest is 6. Oh god, I would hate to be in that game.
That sounds like a great game.
Oh, that's harsh, man.
He gives me shit. Why can't
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
That's fine. Tell him. Tell him I said that, man. Come at me, Grant. Korok goes down.
Kidding.
That's another kill. Bottom lane, MSS is dead, I believe. Yep. They're kind of just losing heroes all over the place. There's drop the sentry. Fogged. Meanwhile, there's an Echo onto Ush, trying to go on a PQ. Pops the BKB, looking for Jeppins and co. But look at the illusions. Oh my lord, Ush can't deal with it. He has to juke back. He almost lives. Oh, but he gets pulled up the last second. Kikoni gets the kill. Oh, NARv2 are in dire straits here. Glimpse back in onto Fog. Static Storm goes up. No kinetic field, but they don't need it. Fog's dead. 4 down. In 1 minute time span, they lose almost every single hero on the map. And possibly some towers as well.
Fog definitely didn't need to die there. I don't know what he was.
Yeah.
He was trying to go Superman mode, trying to save Ush, but there was no reason to save him. Hex coming on Kikoni. He's actually out of mana. Chad does have a finger.
There's an Aegis
chance to get this kill and at least maybe make him lose the Aegis.
Oh, the glimpse back in. That range on Disruptor's glimpse. The Greaves come out. Is it the shoes? It just might be. Get the tier 2 tower mid. And KBH is threatening the doorstep here. There's an Ag Scepter up on the Disruptor as well. Boreal are just a couple moments away from taking this to game number 5, my friend. Maybe the reverse all-kill coming up for Boreal here momentarily. Korok is going to have to find a way to get in. KBH does not have an Aegis, by the way, and I'm surprised they're not jumping on him. They don't have an
the regen from the Storm Spirit who just used up his Aegis. Tony gets a killing spree, kills Chad, no buyback onto him. Ush is coming up in 3 seconds on the anti-mage.
I don't know if they're going to keep going with Ush being alive. Yeah, they don't want to fight into Ush. Oh, they get Kikoni, excuse me, but MSS is alone. BQ loses a lot of his mana. Static Storm, RP, that is an Exalt. Like you mentioned, they will at least get Pizza Dad. It looks like he's low, but not dead yet. He will survive Shockwave, but Ush is dead. No buyback, down for 80. This might be the game, my friend. 4 down. Not yet. Fog actually steals his Ball Lightning. Kikoni doesn't have the mana to chase up to the high ground. They're actually chasing after Korok. PQ manning up, forces down to the low ground. PQ's got Blink at 5, can't chase further. Blinks into the tree line. PQ does not know that is the case, and he actually will make it away. But meanwhile, the mid-rack's exposed and will fall. They're actually hitting him through backdoor protection. And they're going to get it done.
God, that Axel from Disruptor couldn't have been at any better time, right?
Yeah.
Like, the BKB wasn't able to be used by the anti-mage, and he just dies there sitting in the ulti from Disruptor. As the ult was fading. Oh, here comes Storm Spirit.
Echo slam. Korok in trouble. Hook onto Chad. Korok dead again for a minute. Chad falls as well, dead on the dirt. That must be it, man. They're gonna get at least 2 racks out of this. 2 racks out of this.
Yeah, they can't do anything without the RP threatening them as well. So they're gonna go straight bottom. KVH is super friggin' huge right now as well with the Scotty picked up. I think this game's over, man. I think we're gonna go to a game 5.
I think you might be right. Boreal looking so good right now. Cogs coming out game 5. Looking and looming. They might just keep going with even 2 sets of racks down. It's not even 2. They actually pick up Kokoni. If they can kill him, maybe they keep going. But Ush blinks forward. Look at that mana void. Oh my lord. Kokoni is lucky to be alive. And he might not be. Enchant Totem comes out. Static Storm. And it's the ult. Can they do enough damage here? Kokoni regenning up. Jeffers walks forward. Ball lighting. Ush pulled in. Dead again. And that might be it. We've said it multiple times. Somehow Kokoni lives. It is. GG. We are going to game 5. 34 minutes in. Boreal. Heck of a game. 31 kills. Nice RP, but Bork's just styling at that point. He did get the kill. Kokoni says rude. You know, it happens. Good stuff coming out from the side of Boreal. Game 5, man. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's been a really nice series so far. It hasn't been... I would say this game was much more crisp for Boreal. Last game, there was a couple of moments where it looked like despair was coming in. Game 1 and 2, it's really hard to say. I would say for sure Game 1, Boreal should have done much better than they did. Game 2, it wasn't that convincing of a laning phase, but I still think they were doing better, but definitely some throws coming out in 1 and 2. But 3 was a weird one, but this one was just... Actually, you know what? 3 was domination from start to finish, too, because they had a really nice tri-lane with Tusk. But, man, this is hard because it's hard to expect what's going to happen in Game 5 because now Boreal has the momentum, right? They lost 2 games, but now they won 2. Their momentum is high. Their confidence is high. Whereas NARv is like, dude, we could have won this so easily. Now we've lost 2. Now we're in a clinch, Game 5. It's obviously you got to favor Boreal coming into Game 5 because they got the momentum.
I agree with you. The momentum seems to be key, especially in NA Dota. The tilt could be real here. NARv, can they hold it together to take this 5th game? Boreal, can they come back? Can they complete the comeback? Down 2-0 and do what few have done before them. Come back, reverse all kill, and take the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 5 title. We'll have to wait and see, guys. My name is Watt. Joining me today is our statsman, CartDota. Make sure you follow him at CartDota, as well as Truff. Make sure you follow him at TruffDota. You can follow me at MottDota. Game number 5 incoming. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.